So coaches, right now we're gonna work on passing and receiving, okay? Sometimes I'll ask the players, hey, out of passing, dribbling, receiving, shooting, okay? The attempts, what are we gonna do the most of? And they kind of think about it, right? What are we gonna do the most of those things? Pass, trap, shoot, dribble. Pass, dribble, it's gonna be receive, okay? Think about it in the game. The ball comes at you on accident from the other team, and sometimes it comes at you from a deflection or from your teammate. So it comes at you a lot, but do you think you're gonna pass it as much as you receive it now that we think about that? There's no way. Unless you never shoot and unless you never lose the ball, okay? So receiving is such an important part of our game. And for your U10 players, this is a great drill, but even for college players, this is a great drill, okay? So we're gonna use the inside of the foot push pass to pass the ball. This is a 5-yard distance. You could get 3 yards, you could get 7 yards, but I like to go 5, 3, 4, 5 yards because we're closer and we get more passes, okay? So I want you guys to go ahead and just start one touch passing the ball back and forth, okay? Ready, go. We'll go like 10 seconds. Try to use both feet, but don't force both feet. Just use whatever foot it comes to. And time. Okay, now, one of my favorite things to teach players is what part of the foot to use. The foot is big, and so if you just tell them the inside, they're gonna think it's here, or they're gonna think it's here, okay? They're just gonna say everywhere. Where if you see there's a little bone right here, you can't see, but here's my ankle bone. I'm not talking about my ankle bone. I'm talking about right under here, and then it's usually around this highest hole. There's a bone, the edge of a marble. Okay, that is the pinpoint spot. And then if you're around it just a little bit, it's fine, okay? Now guys, listen. If I pass the ball under that spot, which is right here, and it gets me anywhere here, there's my muscle of my foot, and it's an air pocket, and you're just not gonna pass the ball as clean. It's not gonna pop how you want, okay? Another thing I want y'all to watch is don't let the foot close, okay? Because we've been walking like this our whole life. We go to pass the ball, and the kids' feet, they wanna close on them. Okay, so I encourage you to remind them every single week because they will forget, okay? Are y'all ready for it? This time, let's have a competition. Which team can get 20 passes first? Okay, on your mark. Get set, go. Okay. I like it, I like it. Okay, so this drill, this competition, it gets anybody pumped up. Do y'all get a little more excited when we do a competition? Yes. They get more excited, they work harder, and that's good, okay? And so what I'll usually do is 5 games, 10 games, just kind of read how they're liking. If they're really excited, keep it going, okay? The reason the one-touch passes help us, you might be thinking it's passing, but it is receiving as well, even though it's one touch, because we are receiving it even though we're one touching it, right? So it's an important thing. Let's go one more game with it, okay? Are y'all ready for it? On your mark, get set, go. Okay, good, you guys, good. Now, that's the inside of the foot pass, the most common pass we're gonna make. But, Jacob, do me a favor, go right there to that ball. Okay, so I want you to see the angle. If Jacob plays me the ball in my foundation, I can use this pass, okay? If it goes a little bit to the side, I can scoot over, but, scoot over just a little bit, Jacob. But watch this, as the ball slowly comes here, imagine it wasn't coming slow and I didn't have time to scoot over, then instead of trying to just reach out and do this, you're gonna just bend this knee a little extra, and then I reach out and I'm kind of hitting it like this, okay? So as it's out there, I'm there, and then the part of my foot is anywhere in here. It's kind of like the inside of the laces, okay? And coaches don't teach that. Like, Coaches that have been coaching their whole life and they coach the best players and best teams in America, they're not teaching that, okay? Because when you got 16 players, for one, it's hard to teach everything. But for me, being only technical trainer, I've found what the kids learn and what they don't learn. And so I want to y'all to understand that it's not going to only be like that. Tell them that sometimes you can kind of reach out, okay? Another thing, as the ball comes to me, we want to pass it. If you want to go there right there, Gwen. Notice how my plant foot is here. It's pointing at the target. My hips and my shoulders are too. It doesn't have to be like that. I could be facing this way and I could pass it like this, okay? But as the ball comes to me real quick, let's say I didn't have time to pass it out right when it's, let's get one touch. Let's say I don't have time to pass it right away like this. And let's say it takes a bounce or it's just coming fast. I don't have time to do this. You could every now and then, as it gets under you, which again, you don't want to do this all the time. You don't want to, this is not the best way to go inside. I could adjust and go hit it the same way as I do with the outside. So there's that, but there's also, if it gets under here, you could do this. And so I just encourage you to let the players know these are options just in case they need to do that. Okay, so you have fun with it, encourage them, and make sure every single week you remind them to form the toes up. It's not down. You don't let them close their foot, and you try to keep them light on their feet always, okay? And the competition's gonna help bring that part out.